All right, so let's just take a look of this. And so what people were telling me when we worked through this is that, well, what if C was going to land somewhere else? What if it landed out here? Well, that would have made the first triangle different, because, well, let's make it, I'm sorry, I'm going to make the point, I'm going to be a little more specific. I'm going to stay along this line, I'm going to make the point way out here, okay? So what if it was out there? Well, if it was out there, this angle here would have had to be different. Okay, so I could be specific about that. I'm not just saying, oh, it just landed there and it always looks like it would land there. No. Well, what about, let's say, this one is different. It's going to be over here. So what if point C was right there? Well, this angle would have had to be different. And this side would have had to be longer. And so if we're going to have, or this side would have had to be longer, like if we're going to try to keep that angle there, well, I could say, oh, well, I could still keep that angle and move it over here, but then this side would have had to be longer. So there's no way. So we're showing with proof by contradiction that it can't be any other point, so it has to be that point. So we contradicted the idea that it could be some other point. And so now we know, oh, well, this angle side angle thing, if I have an angle, a side, and an angle that are the same, then that guarantees me those triangles are congruent. And I don't need to know that everything else is the same. And you can maybe imagine how this would be useful whenever you're working with some sort of construction out there in the world, whether it's engineering or something else, where triangles could be used. We could figure out the measurements of other things based on not knowing everything. All right? But if you're not going to be using that, you're still going to be using the idea of logic and how can I prove something? Oh, well, I could prove that the opposite isn't true. So then I'm showing, or I could show that the opposite isn't true, and so I'm showing that this is true. This is true, because having a different point would not keep this angle side angle. Okay? So you're going to be working with that on all these other triangles. Okay? So I think what I want to do with you right now is just go through here and say what the given criteria is, because that part is really important as we go back, when we want to go back and review. So what's the same here? Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. And then you're going to try a transformation. You're going to say if they're congruent, yes or no. If the triangles are congruent, justify. All right? That's number 6. Number 7, they're telling us that all the angles are congruent. Angle, angle, angle. So, yes or no. Can you give transformations to go from one to the other? Okay, I don't want to rush. Number 8, side, side, angle. So you have to go in order. That's the, you might be thinking like, whoa, what the heck? What's going on here? Oh, because this side, and then the angle. So I have a side, and then another side, and then the angle. The angle isn't in between, so side, side, angle. And then number 9, side, side, side. Only the sides are not telling us anything about the angles. I wonder if that one's going to work. So let's review number 9. You're going to check, oh, does this work for side, side, side? Is it congruent? And how can I tell that it always would be? Okay, number 8 was side, side, angle. SSA, side, side, angle. Of course, we're not going to say angle side side because that would be a bad word. Number 7, what was the same were all 3 angles. So angle, angle, angle. Are they congruent? If they are. If they're not, you don't have to justify. If they are congruent, then you're supposed to justify and write it right here. And number 6 was side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. So, because this one going to go here, this one's going to go here, this one's going to go here. Are they congruent? Side, angle, side. So, first step is to trace and label. And then what kind of transformation could you do? Well, that didn't work, but you guys can work on it. All right, so let's see how many you can get done. Thank you.